All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I know some of our teaching staff here is getting ready for New Year. Let's wish them all a good New Year to our school people. Also, before we start the meeting, okay, let's see where. All right, let's call the meeting to order. Is there anybody want to entertain a motion for the minutes?
I motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Is there a second? Okay, a motion has been made and second for the minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion passes. All right. Let's, right now, we do have some discussion that I want to do. Want to welcome a new member. Would you like to introduce yourself and say something about yourself?
Well, hello, everybody. Really excited to be here. I have been teaching for 15 years this year, and I work at the Los Cerezos School District Elementary. I teach fourth grade, and once again, excited to be here with you all.
Spring.
Okay.
Yes, serving the community.
All right. Well, we look forward to working with you guys. Okay, is there any public comments?
Yes, one.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Please identify yourself.
Do I stand?
Oh, yeah, you can. Just so I can hear you. Just so I can hear her over here, I guess.
If you want to, you can stand
Oh, okay.
so we can hear you.
Yeah.
My name's Rosalinda Williams, and I've been meaning to come for public comment for some time, but there's always something that gets in the way. I serve in an advisory board meeting, same as you all. The one I serve in is the Motor Film Advisory Committee. And one thing that we've discussed and we've had several discussions regarding is how to showcase and highlight our city. Of course, to attract production companies and so forth. My take on it, or what I advise, is really more the community aspect of taking the resources that we already have to attract that, but really to highlight what we already have. The biggest thing I noticed, and this is just an example, if you want to make copies, I made several of them. These are some of the books that are currently in your library, but also a lot of the books that are already coming from your community, from your authors, from life experiences and so forth. It's a wealth of knowledge. I too have a background in education. I taught pre-K for many years. But literacy at a very young age is the cornerstone of everything. As a community, it's just very important to highlight that and really to take what we have as far as our resources, highlight our talent. There's so much information I can give you on these things. For example, an excellent example of how I'm talking about book to film is The Mustang Miracle by Humberto Garcia that became a motion picture, which is The Long Game. They visited us here. The author actually came to Cinemark. This was in April of 2024. Another wonderful example of a community author is Children of the Cornfield by Joe Ramon Palacios. There was a story and it was showcased on the Brownsville Herald and ORGV as they call it now, February 26, 2025. Robert's story is one that was actually supported by your Brownsville Historical Association in March of 2023. They did a book signing here. So if we could come to partner or get together and really incorporate a lot of these advisory committees that you have, like beautification. Like I said, I just serve on one. It's just my interpretation of it as a citizen, is that everybody works on their own little projects, but we don't really come together to say, you know, this book could make a film, or this book would make an example of what we have to highlight here in our city and beyond. And that's basically my public comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I address this?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rosie, if you want to, we can meet with myself and Lisa. And Ms. Lisa, she's in charge of procuring books and all that, and we could definitely, want to.
Actually, this is something that I saw in one of your scholastic book fairs. But I hope I have one for everyone. And I've shared this before with several of you. It's just an example of book can and usually does become film. And it's just a wonderful idea as far as what we have. And the richness of the code that we have here. And how even in our advisory board, not too long ago, we had one of our local celebrities, which is Mr. R.J. Meady. And that's something that he also stressed. He says we should really focus on our culture, really focus on what we have as far as what. Did everybody get one?
Yes, thank you.
Everybody.
I have one already.
It has
Met before.
Oh, okay, wonderful. No, that was basically, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You might even want to talk to Cindy, Dr. Cindy, Rodriguez Castro Rodriguez. She just published her own book. Working on getting a book signed. All right. Okey dokey. Any other comments? Thank you very much, man. Okay, adult services.
Hey, thank you so much. My name is Jose Gonzalez. Thank you so much for coming. Let me show you what's going on in our area over here. The little libraries, of course, can't go wrong with those. So throughout my venture, I went to 16 little libraries. So I donated more than 117 books in total. 4 of them, actually 3 of them were discovered, which was Oliveira Middle School. That one worked out, which really well. So a big thank you to Ms. Diana Aguilar and Ms. Laura Martinez and from Mr. Martin. Thank you so much. That one went through. I did get a picture, and unfortunately I couldn't go to their open house on Thursday, but they did invite me to go to another one in a few months. So I'm looking forward to that one. The middle one, thank you to Public Works, Greens Division. They saw me at a little library and said, sir, there's a one at Garfield Park. Where's that? I had no, so they gave me directions, and I went over there, and sure enough, it's there in the middle, brand new. So I was the first one to stock it up there. So that's great. That's another one. I went for a walk. It's a park that I discovered while doing the little libraries. It turns out that the one on top, that's a new one that they just installed. That's at Kapler Park over there by Perkins Middle School. And the one at the bottom, just driving around, getting stuff done. Prax Oribe has a new one, which thank you to the troops, to the Cub Scouts, I believe it's that. Yes, it's really nice. They have their little bench there with their new little library. So not only that one, but there's another one too on that trail on the side too. Rotary. So you guys got 2, which is really neat. It's just amazing how they keep growing and growing, and just the map alone is getting bigger and bigger. Speaking of maps, I did speak, thank you to Mr. Director Sean De Palma from Parks. Him and his team actually told me how to find on the map where little libraries are within the city. So you have to go to the City of Brownsville website and go to Parks, the Parks tab, and click on Parks Amenities Map. So there, you're going to see a big map of the entire city, and you're going to actually see emojis all over the place, right? All over cities, and each of them will be depicting something different. So when you see the emoji of an open book, that's where a location of the little library is at currently in the city of Brownsville.
So they were able to pinpoint all of the ones.
Pinpoint, yes. There's a few missing, like obviously these
Yeah,
new
they-
ones, but actually if you go to, let's say, Praxodia Park, focus on it, and there'll be a little book on the side, and just click on it. It'll give you the dimensions, the territory, property, et cetera, value. So it's a pretty neat one, and it's free to the public. It's open, so anybody can access it. So good steps on those, which is really neat.
So how many do we have?
Gosh, we have more than 20, but now adding these, more than 25 easy. But the only thing is that with the amenities map, it's only from the city of Brownsville, people that are from here from the city. But if it's the school district or non-organizations, profit organizations, they're not going to show up on that map. But at least we know how many are within the city as of today.
Do we have any located in the Cameron Park area?
I didn't see any. Oh, that's good. I didn't see any. Okay.
Is that with little free libraries or just little libraries?
Just little libraries.
Okay.
Yes. I'm writing that one. Okay, that's good. Thank you. The back to school fair. You guys missed it. Here at Southmost alone, we had 613 people.
Wow.
Yes, it was rewarding. It was beautiful. In 2 hours. It was something. And we got 20 plus organizations that came over, and they also promoted themselves and their organizations, which was a blessing. Huge thank you to everybody that made this happen. There were a lot of organizations that were very happy. They're willing to come in for other events. And of course, the children and the parents were very supportive. So a big thank you to the community for coming over and making this program a success. So we had 613 people come in. So right now our backpacks are out there in school, which is really rewarding. We have our Mosaic Masterpiece. So we had those 2. We had that program too, which again, we have 56 in Central and 24 at Southmost. So that was a a really rewarding hands-on. Adults love hands-on crafts, so that's what we're learning from to actually integrate in the future more hands-on programming. And then again, we have fabric covered jars. That's a huge thank you to the watercolor moms. They actually donated their time to come and teach our community a little bit more about hands-on experience. So we had so many people here. We had 107 at Maine, and we had 101 here at Southmost. This place was full here. It was so much fun. And of course, karaoke night, we said, why not have karaoke and end the year with the summer program with some karaoke. So we had a good turnout. So I know a lot of our patrons want more CDs, more current music. So we'll be working on that. And that's it. So we had our back to school, which was a huge success. Right now, we're going to have our seashell mirror. We already purchased a little mirror, so they'll be able to actually glue a lot of seashells around. So all that said is, it's already done. So we're looking forward to it. And Happy Kitchen. So we're building a really good relationship with Brownsville Wellness Coalition. So they'll be coming over to present some nutrition food class free of charge for everybody to come. So help us out, establish some relationship with them. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe they can talk about like their gardening classes that they offer. I've seen them through the city of Brownsville Facebook.
Yes, they're working really close with us for the little seed library. Working on that. Get you more info later.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, youth services?
Hello, everybody. My name is Kayla. I am the children's librarian. And we'll be going over first. So a quick recap on summer. So the numbers you see up there are for reading logs returned. So I'm not going to go through everything just for time, but I will say that our totals are over on the right where it says, right under where it says summer recap. So for Maine, we had a total of 210 reading logs come back this year. And then for Southmost, we had a total of 132 reading logs come back. So you'll probably notice that it was a little bit less than last year. It's about a 50 count difference. But we're still really happy with the results. I think what might have caused the difference was the fact that the award ceremony was at this library this year, and a lot of people don't like to make the drive. So I think they might have wanted to sit this one out. But unfortunately for them, this library is just better for an award ceremony of that size because we have the space here.
Yeah.
Over at Maine, we don't really have the space. So we're hoping with time, people will get used to coming this way and coming checking out our amazing library over here. So we did have a little bit less, but some of the ones that were pretty even, I would say like the adults did really well. The 5 to 12 age group was pretty even as well. That's our most active age group when it comes to reading. And then the adults did okay too. The ones that changed a little bit more would be like the babies and toddlers and the teens. But either way, we're happy with our turnout. So it was a really good summer overall. These are just some quick pictures from July. We had our foam party. We had DIY magnets. The dinosaur at the top, that's Jurassic RGV, which was a huge hit. We had so many people come out to that one. With the little owl down below it, that was the Fragile Planet Wildlife Park. They brought an owl. They also brought that little baby gator that you see up there. So all of these, our presentations had our biggest turnouts. People love checking out, the different presentations that we host here at the library. And then just for a little bit of context, I know we had less reading logs come back, but our program attendance actually improved by a lot. Our total program attendance combined for 2025 was 6,013, and that's just for children's. That's not including adults, makerspace, teens. Children's alone had a total attendance of 6,013 over 17 programs. Last year we had about 20 programs and our attendance was 4,271. So that's about a 1,700 person difference that we managed to do this year.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was really cool and we definitely felt it. We were like, this is more people. So I'm sure in total, all of our programs across the board probably did a lot better this year than last
Could
year.
that have offset some of the reading logs because they were doing other things?
Yeah, it's possible. Well, I don't know.
Not really.
Yeah, people
But the important is that they're enjoying the
Yeah.
program.
they're engaging, they're coming in. Yeah, and while they're here, they check out books.
Maybe they read, they just didn't turn it in.
That happens. I remember me as a kid, I would sign up for the summer reading program. I would read all the books, but I would never turn my paper because I would lose it or I just
Yeah.
didn't like homework, to be honest.
One of the years where we
Yeah.
didn't participate either, and we were sick, so it could have been so many different reasons.
Yeah, of different factors, but yeah. We can move on to the next slide. These are just some pictures from the awards ceremony. We had around 300 people attend, so it was a lot of families. We would not have all fit in the main meeting room over there, so it definitely worked out a lot better here. But yeah, everyone, you had to be present to win, so that's another one. Sometimes people, they know they can't make that date because they're on vacation or something, so then they won't even bother. But yeah, we gave away a Nintendo Switch, we gave away VR, some bikes, we had a lot of fun. We also did our book contest winner prizes that day. And then we have all their we actually made the first place winners, we printed out their bookmarks for them professionally. So we have all our bookmarks out at the circulation desk. Next slide, please. And then in August, we are still doing our story times. So that'll be every Wednesdays, but then our kids' nights programs, we're doing a craft and sip tomorrow. They're just gonna make lemonade. We bought like little syrup so they can make their own drinks. And it's gonna be a free crafting day to try and use a lot of the stuff that we had left over from the summer. So we're gonna put out a bunch of the stuff that we had left over and let them kind of let their imagination run wild. And then next week, we're doing Paddington in Peru. We're doing a whole, speaking of book to film, we're doing a whole book to film series this fall. So every month we're showing a different movie that was originally a book. So this month we're doing Paddington in Peru, and we're gonna make little Paddington finger puppets during the movie. And that should be it for me. Any questions or anything?
Okay, well, all right, teen services.
Hi, I'll be presenting on teen services. I'm one of the teen librarians. And Kayla was kind enough to take over a lot of the numbers, so you get to enjoy the pictures of the stuff that we did. Up there, you'll see some of our July event pictures. We had our clay mosaic. What day was raining super duper hard. And we still managed to have quite a few people come in just for the event, which was amazing. I was not expecting really that amount of people. I want to say we had probably 40 people here and I think 80 at Maine. And considering that we were almost having to swim here, it seems like a very good turnout for me. And then our last event was Shooting Stars. People were able to create or sew their little stars using some of the beads and needles. We had a lot of fun with that. Some people had to YouTube and Google how to do certain things, but that was part of the fun. And we had a lot of parent participation in that simply because, again, with the needles and everything, the younger kids really wanted to try it, but the parents were super helpful in making sure that no one got hurt, poked, or right. Slide, please. And then coming up for August events, we're going to be having our Teen Advisory and Teen Thursday event. We are going to try to do it same event, same day, same time, all of that. And we're going to be playing Uno. And then we will be having our teen anime night, which we'll be watching Strong World. It is a One Piece movie. And we're going to be having some popcorn for the and that's it.
Right, Makerspace.
Hi guys, I'm Lázaro. I'm the Makerspace advisor here at Southmost, and I'll be giving the updates for Makerspace. So for June, we had the mini canvas painting. We had 121 people attend at Southmost and 160 people attending at Maine. In July, I don't know. I forgot to just. In July, we had 37 people in attendance here at Southmost. And that was to make the I'm reading door hanger. And at Maine, we had 62. And then in August, we're gonna be having our block printing. So we have little carving kits and some foam. And you'll be carving out the design that you want. And then we also have ink so you could test it out on some paper that we have. So you'll be.
So foam or?
Yeah, it's a harder foam. It's actually like a rubber stamp material.
Yeah, eraser.
Yeah, it's almost, yeah, like an eraser material. So we have the kits that you could carve it out and then you'll be testing it out. We have the ink and stuff. That one we are on all our promotional material, we're saying like it's 13 and up just because the cutters are pretty sharp. However, we won't turn away little ones. We will just advise parents that maybe they should help. Yeah.
Do you have the time on that?
Those will be starting at 5 PM each of those days.
5:30 or 5?
5:30.
5:30.
I say 5 to myself so I could have everything ready by 5. September 22nd, we'll be having an event called Astronomy versus Astrology, and we acquired some telescopes so that we could spend some time outside. Since with the summer heat hopefully starting to wane by then, it should be a good time to spend a good day to spend some time outside. I'll be having some laser engraving. I'll be laser engraving the different horoscope astrology, those guys. And then we'll be also explaining kind of like the differences between astronomy versus astrology. I confuse those sometimes. And I think that's it. Yes.
Were those used to be shown in that inflatable thing that?
Yeah, we also have the inflatable thing. We're still kind of
I don't remember space and that one.
inflatable thing. We do still have the inflatable thing. And, it is one of the movies that we could show in there.
To doing it, right? Once a month?
Yes, it'll be every Thursday, every third Thursday of the month, we'll be doing the Expedition Theater. And that is one of the showings that is on there. So we're kind of going back and forth with how big we think the event is gonna be.
Yeah, 'cause-
Whether or not we should bring that up during that event, yeah. Mhm.
And I want to remind the board, and maybe, that's just the programming. Already our librarians are also given the leadership component and the providers and night shift dealing with the public. But one last one, put on the spot. Last one, can you more or less explain the day-to-day what a makerspace person does, and all the things that you do besides just the program? No pressure.
Turn off the lights and hide from no.
How about your weekend?
Yeah. So especially with back to school, we had plenty of people visiting us during the weekend. A lot of teachers came in to print out the posters to decorate their classrooms. We have various different machines available to the public and we try to offer it all as minimal cost as possible. So like our poster printing on regular paper is only like $1 per foot. Glossy paper is $2 per foot. And this weekend I had several teachers tell me that they were trying to get it printed at like Walgreens and they were going to charge them like $200 for their prints. It was less than 20 for each of them here. We have our 3D printing machines. We get requests from patrons and then we print the items for them. So I do maintenance and upkeep with those machines and also keep up with the different requests of people. We also have our laser engravers, so I'll teach people how to use the different laser engravers, and those the laser engravers are free to use. We just ask that the person brings in their material, and then I'm here to help guide them in the process of learning how to use the different machines for their specific applications.
So how come every time I come in, you're
t-shirt?
sitting down doing? Just kidding. He's always working hard.
Yeah.
You have to make space environment and believe me.
Yeah, does that need more people there?
Are all the schools aware of what the libraries offer?
So during our outreach events, Courtney does a pretty good job about taking a lot of samples that we make for her.
Right.
So we're getting the word out, and a lot of people that do come in to use our services do tell us that they heard from us either during an outreach or from another different event that they.
That's good because I know the teacher store is no longer available. So That was something.
Also, last meeting, I think they were gonna have an in-service or something like for the BIC librarians in there. Did they get to see all those services? Okay.
They did a tour with us throughout the library at Main Branch to see all the different services. They got to take over Makerspace for like an hour, see all the toys and everything, to see what they could produce. So we have invited them every year, BISD, for the librarians to come talk to us, see how we can collaborate and integrate through our library and through our Makerspace services. And then we'll get a lot of individual schools who will request that we come and either do a Makerspace demo or talk about what it is to be a librarian in this day and age with our library system. So Kayla and teams, all of the departments end up having to help me in outreach services. So just to kind of start my presentation.
Yeah, let's segue into outreach.
My name is Courtney Taylor. I'm the library services.
Any questions for Lázaro? Everything good? Yep. All right.
I'm the library services coordinator for both branches. And going back to stealing all the different librarians to come help us for outreach, one of the initiatives we're doing for our work plan this year, it's talking to every single department within the city to promote what our library actually does. You'll be surprised, sometimes they haven't been to our library in 15 years or so. So one of the places we went to was Enterprise Applications Department, IT. We went to EPMO, which is about Project Management Office. They were very surprised to hear that we had notary services available to our public for free. We are limited to our 3 notaries right now, and we do request that you do an appointment just so we can double check your documentation and make sure we're allowed to do it, because we are limited on what we can do. We're not apostolate services or legal paralegals, so we want to make sure that we're able to give you the best of our service. And we are adding a couple more people into our notary services within this next year. Like Miss Alma Michelle is working on hers as well. As you see in the picture, we kind of do goodie bags and give them different things made in Makerspace, a copy of our policies and our brochures that we offer out. And then we kind of give them a little bit of goodies just to kind of bribe them into remembering why we were there. Depending on which department we go to is whether or not we can do full out bags. So we've had DTF printed bags from Makerspace go through. They've done 3D printed coins for them. They've done specialized logos for EPW so that they could make their own t-shirts while they're there. So this month we ended up hitting 4 different departments, and each one of these departments has since come back and contributed to our department in a different way. Enterprise Applications has come over and checked on our servers more. They've tried to collaborate with us for more grants. Communications and marketing has put out for different interviews for us to do within our department. So we'll be doing some of those as well. And then we had Conventions and Visitors Bureau ask for different things to be built for their department through Makerspace. So on top of the requests that they get from our normalized patrons, they're getting requests from our city departments as well, on top of everything else that they do. So we're hoping to help balance their work and their needs. Because we are one city, we like to help out each other. Is it any out in the department need? So we saw over 40 different people through this. And then on the upcoming month, we're hitting fire and PD, which are our biggest departments to go through. So we'll have even better numbers there. Next slide, please.
Make them a fire hydrant.
Is that for their event that's supposed to come up?
Dalmatian dog.
To PD for their event for their backpacks, but
And then
we're
the
also
fire department.
separately going to them just to speak to their
Okay.
employees. So they are 2 different events.
Oh, excellent.
And PD, we did both events in the same month. So we did backpack, and then we went to their different roll calls, which logistically is kind of interesting to be able to do, but we made it happen because all of the librarians are very helpful when they're scheduled and they're willing to go there and get at them.
Yeah.
So speaking of backpack events, Housing Authority of City of Brownsville did Strong Families. So they were really impressed by our different erasers, which were book themed, and then our notebooks that we were able to give out to people. Harry and Sarah helped on this event, and they were able to see 154 people. This is an event that we have gone to for the last 3 years, but they do change which location, which branch they have it in their housing authorities. So we have gotten both bigger and smaller numbers, but it's because of how many people are at that housing authority location. They invite themselves per district first. Next slide, please. One of the Girl Scouts, her name is Evelyn Macia. She collaborated with Parks Department to do the Brownsville It's Lit Bro Art and Literacy Festival. So she had multiple authors come and present. They had Boohoo and everybody there at Linear Park. Everybody was giving away books. Our Special Needs Advisory Board had donations from different inclusive authors to where they were able to give out free books as well. And we were able to see 257 people. Kayla and Harry helped with this event. And again, it was a collaboration with Parks Department.
Did they get to keep those book spines, the books?
They do have them still in their department.
They were so
They're super awesome, right?
I just saw a picture of them and I thought that was very
Yeah, that was made
nice
by
to have at the library.
Parks Department, yeah. And then I'm not sure if you see on the other picture, they had cutouts of different story events to where you could be the person in the storybook. So
So
that was
cute.
really cool to see
That was amazing.
as well. Next slide, please. Also, our Special Needs Advisory Board celebrated the 35th anniversary of the American Disability Act by doing a walk and roll. So we helped out with a lot of help from Makerspace because they have been doing mobility aid inclusive prints that are available here at our circulation desk when we have them to help you carry things, help you do different buttons, take your pills, other things that you might have slight mobility issues for, so that you'll be able to kind of help yourself and be more proactive with that. So because we are liaisons, Ms. Alma and I, to our Special Needs Advisory Board, they always invite us to all of the different events. And they were super happy to see us and happy to see all the Makerspace prints. They gave us a glowing review about these mobility aids, and they wanted to especially thank all of Makerspace for deciding to do this as part of their programming, their passive programming at our branches. So we saw 140 people there. Next slide.
Thanks for doing those, by the way. I saw them at the Central Library and I have a lot of disability and issues, and just the pill popping thing was amazing. Being able to hold my book with that part that I don't know what it was called. And then for my kids to be able to bring in the groceries with that, like,
It's amazing, right?
warmed my heart. Thank you guys for doing that.
I too have some dexterity issues with my hands. So I kept on reminding myself, I'm like, I need to take one home for me.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it.
You don't realize what you need until you can't.
And it just makes you feel so much better to be able to do it yourself again.
Yes, your dignity comes back a bit. So thank you.
So going over our events for outreach, we had a total of 7 events. We saw almost 600 people, and for fiscal year to date, we're over 15,000. Future dates that we are going to, we again are going to see PD and Fire as part of our One City Work Plan initiative. We did backpacks with Chick-fil-A, and we did backpacks with PD, which we will talk about next month. We have a couple more backpack things to do, and hopefully by the end of this month, I will never see a backpack again. And I will not need to buy any more school supplies. Further questions, queries, concerns?
Okay, good job. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
This is the one.
Hey, on the agenda. Yeah, utilization. Started, so bear with us.
It's also included in the agenda and utilization status.
You didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
Then
We're so used to me ending it.
Yeah.
That's, all I got is updates. Okay.
So my name is Lisa Rodriguez. I'm the Library Operations Manager, and I'll be presenting this evening. So we wanted to start off with our first database that we're introducing to you guys. You might be familiar with it, but if not, if you can download the app. This is one of our video streaming platforms that we use here, similar to something like Netflix, except it's free to the public and it provides digital video, music, audiobooks and ebooks. We do not provide, however, they do have selected books that we will be inquiring, but we do have e-comics in there. So if you see to the far left, July 2024, we had 392 circulations compared to July 2025 on the far right, we have 537. So it's a 37% increase year by year. Last month, we had 495 circulations. So as the months go by, there's more and more circulations for this streaming platforms. I did include a bookmark there with a QR code so you guys can use in case you need to. Next slide, please. So this is our collective digital circulations, which includes e-magazines, newspapers, ebooks, audiobooks, and video streaming, as well as music streaming. And just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at, last month we had 11,569 circulations, and then this month we had 12,832 circulations for digital circulations overall. So they do increase, they do fluctuate between month by month, depending on what we're producing out there or putting out there on the platform, but it does go up in numbers. Next slide, please. And then this is our physical material circulation. From June 2024, we had 16 and 98. And then July, we had 14,516. Even though it was lower overall together with physical and digital, there was only a decrease by 319. So we had more digital circulations on this portion.
Started checking out all the books for the reading log in June. And they're like,
Yeah. So we still did good, not too bad.
And the Hoopla numbers, does that include Boundless also?
Yes, it does. When it goes to the digital only, not to the balance, yes.
Right, okay.
Next slide, please. Oh, there we go. And this is total volumes and collections as of 8/1/25. Physical, we have 255,783 volumes in both libraries. And then in electronic, we have 69,484 for a total of 325,267. This does not include our streaming platforms on this number. We take it at the end of the year for our annual report to the state because we're allowed to do that, but it only goes based on checkout. So we're able to include it in there. So we don't include it here because it's not a true number.
And just keep in mind, the state requires that us to at least provide 1-for-1. We serve 300,000 people in the state and we don't, we have to have 260,000 bottles. So we have to have 1-for-1 and require be accredited. If they just say the state assigns us 260,000 and 200,000 physical or electronic books, then we're not accredited. That's not good. We always have to have above. And we do have a weighting policy that we do, obviously, that are not longer circulated, but we always try to get a little bit higher than expected. But the state requires us to have 1-for-1.
And that's combined between Maine and Southmost.
Yeah, it's a whole system.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
Any questions?
No, thank you for providing that though. It's
Thank you,
good
that
to
was
see
very-
that.
I was not aware of Hoopla that I can now,
Oh, good. It's really good.
and I can access this from my home.
Yes, from any platform, as far as like a device, your phone,
Yeah.
your tablet, computer.
Drinking coffee.
And we want to do every month is update as do a new database for you guys.
Yeah, I started using Boundless a lot more and
Your
I'm
people,
addicted to it. I love it.
They can read a book there.
Yes. All right, updates. Do we have any updates?
Yeah, with the rest are almost finished. The third component was the piping, all the drainage. And then now they're gonna kind of make it nice. They're gonna put in tile flooring, stalls. They find out there's some issues. We also finally fixed our water fountain. And then on an update, Brenda and I met with friends who struggling, and you know, you have friends share them come over. I know they're trying to get officers, and so I want to kindly ask the board to be advocate for who wants to volunteer as a friend. As you know, the Friends Library is an integral part of what we do, programming. And so I talked to them at 28 years here with the library, the Friends was already existing. And, we would compile all the awesome pictures of kids having fun, all the gifts the friends have paid for. Perhaps that child what they want to give for Christmas and all the events. So the friends is an integral part of it. So they're asking their family for more volunteers. They're struggling for volunteers. And so they're hoping they change the bylaws to before I started, it was only 55 and over. Now there's just anybody that wants to volunteer, they're struggling with volunteers. And I don't know if it's across the board in the state, but here we're struggling to find volunteers for the friends. And obviously all the proceeds go back to the library.
Can there be like a small recruiting post or something? Cause I know,
We posted it on social media,
I'm talking more of a physical one,
okay,
because that way I know I have, my customers and I have vendors who buy from me that I'm sure they will put it in their businesses just to get it out there.
we can work on that. We're struggling, we lost a staff member that created services, but once we have somebody make a poster, we can definitely provide it.
Okay, I'm sure. I don't know. That's a poster.
We hope that we're able to get that process quickly, but in the meantime, should.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you fill it in, we get it in. I mean, this is gonna be a long-term thing.
Yeah. That's how the applicant.
That it? Okay, any further business?
Yeah, I have a question before we adjourn.
Okay.
Do we have a date already for the trunk or treat? Because I have two Rotary groups that want to join, and so they need dates. That's why I'm asking.
Yes, we do, but I want to make sure I don't lie to you. Yes, it is a Wednesday, October 22nd. And it'll be 5:30 to 8.
And that is okay if they join us, right? We have two
Of
groups.
course,
And that'll be where, at the main or here?
it'll be here this year.
And quieren dulces, tienen que venir.
Right. Anything else? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Someone.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
A second.
A motion has been made and second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Meeting's adjourned.